Okay. All right, Tommy. Well done.
Thanks.
Taking the turbo to the top.
I went through the chicane at 205.
Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
this,
know, not recommended for the race.
well, I mean, if you don't go for it, you know. Okay,
I'm
so
sure the chick's gonna go swimming with you.
that's right. All right, so we'll let this go. We'll look at probably going about 5 minutes till. We'll switch it over. Assuming that there aren't any more of these freaking technical garbage pop-ups. Got both Marlboros out on track. Uh-oh. Who we lose?
Yeah, trying to go over 200. Yeah, it's not a good idea.
It may not be sustainable.
No, I already need to pit, so it's not sustainable.
Lord. Elefante. Definitely won't use those up.
Ross, we can hear your rig crack.
I know. I haven't turned my mic off yet.
Okay.
You ain't heard nothing yet. Going here in just about 5 minutes.
Well, I can always observe the nerf anyway.
I wonder who first thought, hey, you know what? We should have race cars going around this street course as fast as possible.
I think his name is Anthony Nugg.
Proud nation state of Monaco.
I think the soft tires might last the entire way.
If
Probably.
you drive like me, they sure will. There we go. I should have run Formula One cars at Praga Florio.
This race will show do I need the buff actually. I can still reverse that for the next race depending on the results of this race.
For the NA.
Or I can reduce the buff. Yeah, I can reduce the buff by half as well.
Let's see. Between you and Tommy, it'll be a pretty good indicator as to how it kind of sits. This is certainly a slow track where NA torque should be pretty useful.
A better aero also will work much better.
What about the silver arrows?
The NA has better downforce on their car overall.
I like that whenever I come around to complete a lap, the track tells me, nice. Run out a little bit there, got carried away. Sorry about that. What it was that I ran last time.
I think the buff might be needed for that, because it's 1 second buff on this track. It will actually bring it just about equal.
Well, on this track. What about all the others?
No, the faster track is gonna be still slower, but on the most twisty tracks it's gonna be better.
So 5 out of 7 drivers should run out of fuel. We're going to be historically accurate. Good to know.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
So I think car sitting at idle sounds like a prop plane flying overhead. Just in that one spot because of the way the harmonics line up.
Yes. Keep in mind the grid rolls a little bit, so you might do a false start if you don't hold brake.
Where are the start lights?
Oh, up there. In blocks.
On
Go
top
ahead,
of the
Tom.
building on the left.
I don't see them.
Yeah, there's a white building with big square windows on the left, and it's on top.
There's that big blue banner across the track. Look to the left of that a little bit closer.
Remember in the first like round not to go fast on the chicane or you will kill everybody.
Looks like a speaker box or something.
Yeah, it's on behind of that big square building in front of me actually, before the Gitans tin.
I see now. And good luck.
Good luck.
Yep.
I got a three-wheeler, Risto.
right, Gio, bringing it home. Congrats to Risto, the win. It was a long,
Race.
iron race. Fortunate circumstances for Tommy there. That was pretty good as he was fighting.
I blew up engine.
I saw the one wipeout in the, what was it, the chicane?
That was a couple of them, I think.
My engine blew up just before the chicane.
Oh, so you had an engine failure. Did you put it on
Yeah.
full boost to try to catch me?
No, I was not on full boost. I was on map 4.
Oh, right. Maybe the revs went too high. It shouldn't blow that easily unless it overheated, but it's only 17 degrees over there, so I wouldn't expect it to blow.
Yeah. I used the same map as in Long Beach.
Yep. I would have probably run it as 6 map anyway on the whole track. And just shifted earlier myself.
At the beginning, it was fun. I was with Oliver, and it was pretty cool.
You were all
man.
over.
And then he must have touched the wall somewhere, and he went into the pits and then passed him. Then he was a minute behind me, and then he quit. What's that? Flushed it good. I missed the chicane once and hit the wall on the left side, and okay, I got to do the pit. So I was what 15 seconds behind you, Brett?
Yep.
I actually hit the wall so hard that I bent the car, and then I drove like half of the race with a bent car.
Wow.
Well, I
An
did.
amazing
I
car.
did.
I
I
did
did
the
2
same.
pits.
After 1/3, I spun at the pool without
That
touching the
swimming
walls,
pool.
and yeah, and later I hit the inside at the pool as well.
Mhm.
So I had the steering bent 20 degrees to the right.
Oh, that's why you're not able to catch me, even if my steering was bent. I was actually
Yeah.
able to lap quite fast, even when I got used to it. I actually took the fastest lap, by the way,
On the last
on the
lap.
last lap. Yeah, on the last lap. Yeah.
Tabac. I scraped the wall on the outside of Tabac. I caught the chicane once, just I don't know, it was left or right, but just enough to twist the car. And then I had a tank slapper going down, and I just braked, and it stopped. I don't know how come. I should have hit the wall there real good too.
Yeah, this chicane is no joke. It's not a joke, no joke. This chicane is dangerous.
You gotta thread the needle just right.
Yeah, yeah. What happened to you, Ross?
I went for a swim.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you hit the chicane and then you went for a swim.
I'm glad I did that during warm up.
It's cathartic. It's I turned on Freebird, let it play. It was pretty good.
That's it. How come we were?
Hmm?
Oh no, you were a couple of laps in front of me, so you finished on the lap. Yeah, okay, we were not short on time.
Okay,
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
off.
It was a couple minutes. It was almost an hour on this track.
Just goes to show,
The-
even on a track like this, the turbo rules.
Yep. Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten a buff yet, of course, because it was supposed to have that. So
Yeah,
that buff should bring NA to be better on Detroit, I think.
Okay, so we were on 83.
Do we have a model for Detroit already?
No, but the track is not too different. I wasn't able to get that done in time.
That's okay. That's the one that's in
Yeah, but
the.
that was basically the last chicane is different, and there was a hairpin on one place. But it's otherwise the same track, and one street was different. So it's not. It's basically the same layout anyway.
So similar to how we ran Long Beach.
Like this layout is actually almost correct. It just misses the hairpin, and the last chicane is a little bit different.
Mm.
It's otherwise the complete same thing.
It's really good. I mean, considering how much stuff is happening graphically, even though it's like, not the super highest resolution images that they did for these, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this
Yep.
area. There's a lot of open area and everything, so it runs
Kinda
really
goes
well.
great considering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looked pretty good on the broadcast.
Yep.
Yeah, and we will be Detroit next week. We'll have,
Okay.
Take
more-
him to Detroit.
Oh.
yeah.
Will it be up this
No,
weekend?
no, I didn't want Detroit.
What-
I
what's
think I
that?
saw the last race at Detroit in person. Like
Uh,
92 or something, I forget.
the Formula One race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they went back after that.
And no. It's one of several tracks that were raced in the 80s and that they finally gave up in the early 90s. And they
The
moved over to Belle Isle and started running champ cars all the time.
mhm.
Yeah, Belle Isle Champ Car was always a good race.
It's funny
Uh.
because for the tracks that they ran in the U.S. this year, it's just bizarre. It's like you've got Detroit and Caesar's Palace, and then of course Long Beach, which I mean that one's a little bit more traditional, but
Yeah. At least it has a history.
yeah, I mean Caesar's
Things
Palace.
like Caesar's Palace or Phoenix or Denver, they're kind of a joke. They were promotional experiments.
Yeah, Caesar's Palace was a freaking parking lot. At
I
least
did
Yeah.
what I
It's a
wanted
better
to
track
do.
than it looks. You will see it. It's the last
No,
track. You're gonna
I'm not.
enjoy it.
I mean, as a track itself, it's fine. But just the idea that they put in there is like this prestige of Formula One, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, let's just go in the like the frickin' parking lot for a casino. It's just
Exactly.
like wow,
We got
that's
the money,
American.
let's do it.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
that's
an
just
it
that's
was
what
an
it was.
autocross.
See
It
if
was an
they bite.
autocross. Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
autocross.
There's a lot of road improvements going on right now in Vegas for the upcoming race in November.
Yeah, I
And
can't
they're
even
building
imagine.
all new building for the pit area. You know, the
Yeah.
garages.
There's plenty of broken down buildings that were half built in that area anyway that they could probably have just.
Yeah, there's plenty of lots that they could easily graze, but
Yeah.
there's a website for it if you want to go check it out.
I've been keeping an eye on it. Yeah, it's just
They're
knowing
working
Vegas,
feverishly, to get it done.
that place is just. I mean, you couldn't have picked like a more American street circuit to go to. Like, forget the
Yeah,
Miami. Like
right.
that just
Yeah,
embodies.
you're right. Because the Miami circuit they're on now is not really a street circuit. I mean, it feels like one, but it was made for the race only.
Mhm.
Ooh.
It's a
In a
weird.
parking lot.
Yes. So is it better than Caesar's Palace?
Uh,
I think so.
That's all relative.
Sorry.
probably not as
Oh.
hot as it was at Caesar's Palace in '82.
Oh yeah. If it's gonna be hot, you might want to watch the temperature. I balanced it in so the engines will tolerate at like 37 degrees Celsius. If it gets hotter than that, the engines will blow. So I have to like check the weather before that. If I
Middle
want
of
to give more
August,
cooling.
it's gonna be hot.
The
No doubt about it.
I ran the soft. Anybody run the mediums? Or the
There's no
hard?
medium. There's
The
just
hard.
I
I
don't
run
think you
softs
can
and I run out of front tire at the end of the last lap. After the final corner.
I knew I was going to visit the pit, so got new shoes every time, so that was cool.
You did the swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
The swap is not the fastest way to do it, of course, in these days.
Oh, but, I knew I was going to bang up, but I did what I wanted. Be there at the end.
You got the podium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well done.
that was funny.
Hey, Ross, did you record this?
Yeah. It's still recording.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. Hello everyone. Ross hasn't hit stop quite yet.
Oh wow. We actually go through, so Detroit will be the halfway point. Well, it'll be the end of the first half, and then we go pretty much it's just this series until the end of July at Dijon
BTCC stops
That's a
also?
long break, isn't it?
for MNRL.
Yeah, okay.
So 4 weeks in June, and then the 4th of July weekend is off for, or, that time period. Because originally it was going to be like, I mean, obviously, it's the 4th of July is that Tuesday, so
Yeah, so it's gonna be off for a reason.
yeah, an American holiday.
Yeah.
It's I think the first week of June I'm going to be on vacation and I'm going to do my car. I received all my Super Pro bushings,
Mhm.
so it's going to be a urethane job at the front.
Pedro,
Where's Fish?
Yeah,
again, sincere
three,
apologies, man.
three rollers at the end.
Well,
Three-
for next week, make sure you have the newest version installed on the server, or I will do it soon myself.
Well, are you going to do an 885? Are you
Who, me?
Probably
anything-
not.
No.
Okay, so
Probably
just,
not. I don't
Alright.
think I will. But unless something breaks, I won't. For now, I will just observe.
so Detroit, Rock City.
Rock City, yeah.
Right
With the
on.
G- with the GM buildings over there.
How
There's
does it?
history for you. Those four look like cigarette pack stash sticking up next to each other.
It's appropriate
Mhm.
because the two Marlboro liveries were running.
Yeah. And there was
The,
also Rothman's livery and also the Gitans in the top 4.
Yeah.
There was two Barbaros and there was Rothman, yeah, exactly. All of
That
the teams.
Vegas
Not-
Grand
not-
Prix,
not
man.
Vuitton, but Vuitton.
Why? What? Heineken Silver Las Vegas Grand Prix. What the? Why is it silver?
I'm surprised it's not platinum.
Yeah, or gold. I mean, I feel like that would.
Be more representative.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any part of Las Vegas that I would consider platinum in any particular dimension.
No, it's
The
it's more of a bronze and silver town, to be honest.
Yeah, it fool's gold probably would be about as high as it goes.
There you go, glitz, fake
Mhm.
gold.
for my car parts, I got roll center correcting ball joint.
Nice.
The spindle is longer, so the wishbone goes more downwards. So it when you lower the car on the car lower, the suspension keeps the same geometry. Man,
That's
like
good.
yeah, the Chinese ball joint are $35. The good jobbers are $60. The originals are about 85. God damn Super Pro are $125
Oh, Heineken Silver, that's what it is.
for a single ball joint. $250 of ball joint.
The Majestic Sphere. They built a sphere, or they're going to.
Oh yeah, it's almost done. Been under construction for several years.
Probably the only new construction in the area.
At least of that size. But yeah. A lot of the other stuff going on is just hotel chains buying each other out and rearranging ownership.
What a freaking zoo! I would not want to be around that area that weekend
No.
of the race. That would just be an absolute circus.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a fuck. I mean, if you look at the Ferrari pit board, pit stores, it's always a circus.
Yeah, this is gonna be more so because you've got like all of the stuff that goes with Formula One, and then all of the like glut and glitz of just Las Vegas, and they just slam into each other like two frickin' black holes of ostentatious garbage.
It's an explosion of sorts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll definitely watch the race just because I'm kind of curious to, it's like watching an accident. It's like, well, it's an unfortunate thing, but yeah, of course I'm gonna watch it. It's physics in motion. I'm wondering what was the that paddock building? Where is that?
They're building it now. It's on the map. You see that? It's off of one of the main drags. It's not the main drag. It's like about 2 or 3 blocks north of the main drag,
Exactly,
kind
yeah.
of parallel. But they have it situated at a 45-degree angle on the lot that it's on, so that you enter the lot from the corner and you exit on the other side. It's kind of interesting if you look at that stuff.
All right, there's Bellagio.
Did you see? Did you see, Brett? There's an F-18 that crashed at an air show.
Oof.
You mean recently?
Yeah, a couple of days
I
ago.
saw some video a couple of weeks ago that had that kind of title, and I clicked on it, and it turned out it was like in 2016 that it crashed or something like that.
Well, Blanco Lirio has
Oh,
as
what location?
I didn't listen to it yet.
But it was in an air show.
Yeah. It was a successful ejection.
Okay.
Okay. Well, somebody's car went off in the harbor behind you there, Jills. It was a yellow
was me.
Renault.
Yeah, that was Mr. Ross.
Oh, that was Ross? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching the replay, and I saw it just kind of tumbling into the abyss in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. Abyss. Yes.
This track is like just garbage.
Ka-chow.
What track
Yeah.
is garbage?
It's on a real existing street layout.
I
That's
know,
the
it's
deal.
garbage. As a racetrack, this is just.
Well, most street circuits are garbage.
This one is particular. Like, there's nothing there. They get on the strip and they're going down the strip for about 1 billion
Yeah,
years.
it's a bunch long straightaway with like a bend in it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be great for the triple DSR, you know.
Yeah.
Good
You want to take
job.
bets on how many years? They already got some kind of agreement in place. I'm sure it's prepaid for at least 3 to 5 years.
You can pay Pedro.
I can pay better. Yeah, sure.
Oh, yep, that is the area I thought it was. That was where they had some construction initially started for other projects. There was a hotel that they was gonna go in there, and they said, by the way, we don't have any money. I mean, shit, that was back 2018 when they ran out of funding in that spot. Not these guys, but
Yeah, things have changed, that's for sure. I never thought Baku was a great street circuit either.
No,
no.
Baku is a weird
Just a
place.
bunch of straight lines with a couple of tight sections through an old part of town.
The corner that turns left and it's kind of the outside wall comes back toward you on the exit.
Oh yeah, you talk about threading the needle. That thing, it's wow. It's like a cattle chute.
It's just, well, money.
It's stupid.
I wish they had a Finnish GP, but it's too much to be asked.
There was that Swedish track.
Yeah, but it's
You mean
Swedish.
the one at the airport ages ago, or are you talking about some street circuit?
What was it Stroop Waffle something? What was the?
It's what the hell? Understop.
Yes.
Oh yeah, way back.
Understop. That's the one the DTM runs on.
What?
It
No. What
started
was?
in the '60s, didn't it?
What am I? I'm sorry. Not the Swedish. I
Not
was thinking of the
Anderstorp.
Greek one. I was thinking of the Greek track they were supposed to.
Greek
then they
track.
didn't.
What name is that?
That was. I don't know if it had a name. I think they were just referring to it.
Not Turkish, but Greek.
Yeah, it was in Greece. They started building it just before their country died.
It sounds kind of like a Vietnam track.
Right.
Bridge too far. Not enough of the right funding.
There is actually a Vietnamese track, I think, that was
What?
Yeah,
supposed to be built.
they
but-
built most of it, I think.
Vietnamese.
Yeah, F1 was planning to go to Vietnam here a few years ago before the pandemic.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You can back over the last 25 years. It's like, why were they in central South Korea? What was that all about? Come on.
Patras, that was the name of it.
Patras. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that
There's a-
sounds Greek, doesn't it?
I kind of liked it. So Pixel Tracks, Trev Rich and his dudes made it for R Factor 2, and it's got an interesting flow to it. We ran touring cars there.
That F1 track that they used in Turkey for several years, that was kind of interesting too. They actually used it during the pandemic, like 21 or something. It was one of the fill-in tracks.
Mm,
I don't know if you remember that or not.
do.
They also used that Portuguese track that same year.
Alhabayara, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, just that.
Hmm.
How many wins do I have now? I don't even remember.
I don't know all of them.
I didn't have the first one in Kailami.
Then
You
all
should
of them.
put can you put the points calculation somewhere so we can see the points?
Yeah, these are in links.
Oh yeah, but the website has been super slow always. You probably should post them into that info channel as well.
They are in the info.
Pictures.
They're in the links.
Yeah, but it's just images because you need the password for that.
Okay.
And it's there, yeah, but the
Password
website is
Come on, man.
the website is slower than the 90s internet.
Blame David Anderson. Part of it's
Well,
because
yeah.
pulling a crap ton of data through that one port, which may be limited. I'm not sure. I'm being yelled at.
It's pulling like the info from like 20 years ago. Is it like that?
No, it's pulling all of the race data to like everything that was ever done. All right, so let's see.
Is there a link for that, Ross?
Why is it not showing? Imola is the last one. I don't know why. Yeah, it's under the historic links.
Okay.
Why is Zolder not showing?
So wait, what? So how many points does this count? Because it says 20, 36 on my points, and it says 18 on Tommy.
Hang on. Oh, what are we looking at? Yeah, Zolder isn't on there for some reason. I'm wondering if like there was something that happened between the server update.
Mickey Hoyer is asking me how to fix his video blur. He runs in Europe big time sim racer.
Mhm.
He doesn't know how to do his compressions. When you
Drop
do a broadcast like that, it's a YouTube that catches the screen.
It's usually a separate bit of software like OBS, or if you have like NVIDIA Shadow, that captures it and then uses a broadcast stream to send the stream data off to YouTube or Twitch or
Okay, OBS or what?
OBS is the tool that you'd use to do that, yeah. It's one of them. It's one of the most popular ones. But there are others.
Oh yeah, the worst results won't count, so that means why I'm not leading the team by a huge amount of points.
Yeah, 2 drop rounds is what you get.
You are not leading?
He is.
I am
He's just
leading,
not
but by
leading
only
by
2
as
points.
much as he wants.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is a
not.
total
I'm
scam.
leading by 2 points without the Zoda calculated, instead of leading by almost 18 points.
But you won Zolder, so
You have 10,000 miles, kilometers of experience in these cars, and you are not leading.
no,
No, he is by 2.
the shade. No, he's in first. He's leading.
Mamma mia.
Mamma
Yeah.
mia.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise that I wouldn't be leading, because I'm the guy that mostly drove the cars anyway to test them, so I know them, what they do. It would be if I wouldn't know them, then I don't know how to mod, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, we need those Zolder results to show up there. Yeah. I'll ping Matthew again. We'll get all that shit sorted out.
Yeah, so we can get the calculation points. I should be having like 50 points by now. I have more points now than the people in the whole season of 82. So I would have already won the championship.
I'm gutted, man.
Yeah, I would have already won it. But no. Well, Detroit is going to be next. I actually like that track for once.
Well, as much as I've lived close to that track, I've never actually driven it in the virtual world.
So this will be an experience.
Yeah, I've only driven it coming and going from downtown Detroit.
Nice. Well, that'll be good.
We've driven Belle Isle in our Factor 1, but that's been a long time ago.
Excuse me.
Trying to remember
Yes.
the last thing we ran there. Jules could probably comment on that. It's probably something like Formula 5000, 4 or 5 years ago.
Which one? Which track?
Belle Isle.
I ran Belle Isle.
We've run there before, but I mean, it's so long ago, I can't even remember.
R factor, right click, search.
Yeah. It was probably at Race to Play, or maybe early years here at
Yeah,
CMS.
Belle Isle is B-E-L. How do you spell Belle Isle?
B-E-L-L-E
Yeah. Another word, Isle?
I-S-L-E.
One word or two words?
I thought it was 2 words.
Okay, so I'm gonna search for Bell. In R factor, I don't have the track, so I didn't run there. So it was before 5,000.
They might have
Probably.
they might have used the
Probably.
word Detroit or something, you know. I mean, our Factor 1 stuff was kind of sketchy.
Detroit.
It was all over the map, basically.
I don't have either a Detroit track for in my R factor 1 stuff. So it must have been
We definitely ran those cars up in.
Race to Play.
They were yeah. We ran them on the Can-Am circuits. Like there was 2 or 3 Canadian circuits.
I came in after that.
We even ran them in Australia and New Zealand one season. Remember that? I'm going way back.
Yeah,
It's probably
way
10
back.
years ago.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it was 2013. When was my my beginning
Yep.
track?
Well, you raced with us at Race to Play several
Yeah,
years.
yeah, a couple of years only. It died a few years after. Portland Putman track, Sebring 12, Shugo 2006.
Your Sebring, 2006.
What is this file?
Who's Sebring?
Um, oh, it was a texture fix for F1 pack, Australian, New Zealand, North American track, USA. My oldest is 2014.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years ago.
Bristol,
Might have been before. Might have been before
What?
because it's Sebring. It might have been before. Heartland Topeka.
Oh,
We
wow,
ran
yeah.
there.
We
We
used
ran
that some.
there. Yeah, we ran there 2014, 2015. So 2014 was when I began.
Okay. Sounds about right from my sketchy memory.
is
So what,
the
Ross?
Detroit GP, is that in the track pack?
Yeah, it's in the track pack. I would have a version, but it doesn't have the surface. And since I was expecting to get Ben to redo the surface, but as we know, he hasn't been here for a while, so we will not get that. I will focus my work to try to get a working Zandvoort, because I technically have a working Montreal, but I could probably just use the 86 because it actually has a track surface on itself, so I might as well use that instead.
No worries, man. That's
Because I
good
think
to-
I'm working the 80s Janboard is probably more important.
no worries, man.
Yeah.
If you get it, you get it. If not, I mean, close enough that we can still appreciate the era.
Yeah. The 86 track is almost the same. It has like a one different chicane and pits are in different position. But it's otherwise the same track.
Detroit or Zandvoort?
Montreal.
Oh, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
Yep. That was where the other fatality was.
Yes. Trans Hatch, of course, is in the track pack and that can be run. Should be very fun.
You said it is not?
It is. And then, of course, there's Paul Ricard. I think that the measure that is on it is probably just fine. It's not the best, but it probably will just do just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.